All right. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Sunrise Children's Foundation Early Childhood Education Programs 25-26 Quarter 3 Data Jam. Woohoo! We are grateful to have all of our Policy Council members, our Board of Directors, our families, and community partners join us today. Your engagement strengthens our shared commitment to high-quality early childhood services for children and families. We also want to recognize our dedicated SCF team across every program area, including our teachers, trainees, substitutes, assistant teachers, family advocates, parent educators, program assistants, coordinators, coaches, and our early Head Start childcare and family childcare partners. We also extend a warm welcome to our fiscal, facilities, administrative, and executive teams. Whether you are joining us in person or online, we value your presence, partnership, and commitment to this work. Today, you'll hear from our amazing legacy and emerging leaders as they share key highlights from Quarter 3 of the 25-26 school year. As you listen, I encourage you to stay curious. Think about where our data comes from, who enters it, how often it's reviewed, and how we know it's accurate. Throughout today's presentation, you'll see how the information we collect guides our decisions, shapes continuous improvement, and ultimately strengthens outcomes for children and families. Please take notes and jot down any questions that come to mind. During the second half of today's session, you'll have an opportunity to participate in an awesome data scavenger hunt where we'll take a closer look at the data and discuss what it means for our work. If you're joining us virtually, feel free to reach out to one of our program managers after today's presentations if you have any questions. Today's session is being recorded and will be available for later viewing. With that, let's get started.
Thank you, Kathy. Before we dive into the data, let's begin with a quick overview of the early childhood programs offered by Sunrise Children's Foundation and how they support children and families throughout our community. We'll start with Early Head Start, a program Sunrise has proudly operated since 2008. Early Head Start serves expecting families and children from birth to age 3, providing comprehensive services that promote healthy development, strengthen families, and prepare children for future success. Our child development centers are located throughout Clark County, including Las Vegas and Mesquite. In addition to our centers, we partner with the Hills Preschool at 2 Las Vegas locations and 11 family child care providers who offer high-quality, home-based care across the community. These partnerships allow us to reach more families and provide parents with quality child care options that best meet their needs. Together, our family child care partners help us expand access to early learning across Southern Nevada. In addition to our child development centers and family child care network, Sunrise offers several home visiting programs that support families where they are. We provide Early Head Start home visiting and the Maternal Infant and Early Childhood Home Visiting Program, or MICV. These programs partner with families from pregnancy through early childhood by providing personalized home visits focused on child development, parent education, and family well-being. We also offer HIPPY, which stands for Home Instruction for Parents of Preschool Youngsters. Now in its 31st year, HIPPY equips parents of children ages 2 through 5 with fun, engaging activities they can do at home to build school readiness and confidence as their child's first teacher. As children grow, we also offer opportunities to support their successful transition into preschool. And through our partnership with United Way of Southern Nevada, we offer Nevada-ready pre-K scholarships at 4 of our Early Head Start centers. These scholarships expand access to high-quality preschools and help children develop the skills they need for a successful transition into kindergarten. Everything we do begins with understanding the needs of our community. Our work is guided by the Community Needs Assessment, a requirement under Head Start Program Performance Standard 1302.11. This assessment helps us identify the strengths, needs, and available resources within the communities we serve so we can ensure our services remain responsive and effective. Our most recent assessment identified several important priorities, including child care deserts in rural communities, an increased need to support children in foster care, housing instability, and limited access to mental health services. These findings help shape our planning, strengthen our partnerships, and guide continuous program improvements so we can better meet the changing needs of children and families. Once we understand our community's needs, we can establish clear goals that help us measure our impact. Based on our community needs assessment, we develop community impact goals that align with Head Start Program Performance Standard 1302.102. Our first goal is to expand access to early childhood services by increasing both center-based and home-based options in communities such as Mesquite and Laughlin, while continuing to grow our network of family child care partners. Our second goal focuses on strengthening our workforce by increasing staff qualifications, professional development, and leadership opportunities. Our third goal is to ensure greater access for families facing additional challenges, including housing instability, foster care involvement, language barriers, and children with identified disabilities. And our fourth goal is to increase awareness of the serious need for mental health and well-being in our community. We're proud of the progress we've already made, particularly in expanding rural services and strengthening our family child care partnerships. These goals continue to guide our work and keep us focused on meeting the needs of our community. Of course, setting goals is only the beginning. The next step is measuring our progress. To understand whether we're meeting these goals, we rely on strong, reliable data. Throughout the year, data is collected daily, weekly, monthly, and quarterly using systems such as ChildPlus, Teaching Strategies Gold, ASQ developmental screenings, and other internal tracking tools. At Sunrise, data isn't something we collect just to create reports. We use it to make informed decisions that improve services for children and families. Our data process follows 4 simple steps: prepare, collect, analyze, and use. First, we determine what information we need. Next, we collect data across each program area. Then we analyze trends and outcomes. Finally, we use what we've learned to improve services through continuous quality improvement planning, data walks, leadership discussions, and events like today's Data Jam. Our quarterly reporting periods are August through November, December through March, and April through July, allowing us to monitor progress throughout the year and respond quickly when opportunities or challenges arise. Now that we've laid the foundation by reviewing our programs, community needs, goals, and data systems, let's take a closer look at the data itself, beginning with ERSI.
Thank you, Peter. Now that we've seen how Sunrise uses data to guide our work, let's take a closer look at one of the most important areas of our program, ERSI. ERSI stands for eligibility, recruitment, selection, enrollment, and attendance. These 5 components work together to ensure the right families are connected to the right services at the right time.
Let's begin with eligibility. Each of our programs, Early Head Start, McV, HIPPY, and Nevada Ready, has its own eligibility requirements based on factors like age, income, and family circumstances. Today, we'll focus on Early Head Start eligibility. According to Head Start Performance Standard 1302.12, children must be under age 3 and families must meet at least one eligibility requirement. This may include income at or below the federal poverty level, receiving public assistance such as SNAP, TANF, or SSI, experiencing homelessness, or having a child in foster care. Head Start also allows a small percentage of enrollment for families who are over income or between 100 and 130% of the federal poverty level when there are additional high priority needs, such as a child with an IFSP. Our Q3 data shows that the majority of enrolled families qualified through public assistance at 56%, followed by families experiencing homelessness, 21%, and 14% through income eligibility. This tells us we are successfully reaching many families who need our services the most. That brings us to recruitment. Recruitment is much more than filling openings. It's about building relationships, increasing awareness, and connecting families with services that can make a lasting difference. At Sunrise, recruitment is everyone's responsibility. Whether you're a teacher, family advocate, home visitor, administrator, or support staff, every interaction is an opportunity to share information about our programs. We connect with families through community events, partnerships with WIC and foster care agencies, libraries, schools, food pantries, social media, current and former families, and even door-to-door outreach. Every recruitment effort is guided by data and community feedback so we can focus on reaching the families who need us most. The key takeaway, recruitment is intentional, ongoing, and driven by the needs of our community. Strong recruitment helps us achieve our next goal, keeping every available enrollment slot filled.
Now let's look at enrollment for Early Head Start. Head Start Program Performance Standard 1302.15 requires programs to maintain funded enrollment and fill vacancies within 30 days. I'm excited to share that Q3 represents one of our strongest enrollment periods this year. Overall enrollment increased from 97% in May to 100% in both June and July, eliminating every 30-day vacancy before the end of the program year. Let's take a closer look at how each individual program performed. We'll begin with McV. Early in the year, enrollment presented opportunities for growth, but our recruitment efforts helped increase enrollment during the fall months. Although enrollment fluctuated slightly throughout the year, the data helps us identify where additional outreach and recruitment strategies can strengthen enrollment moving forward. Next is Hippie, which maintained consistently strong enrollment throughout the year, generally ranging between 85% and 93%. The program reached 100% enrollment early in Q3 before experiencing a slight decline as the program year concluded. Both programs continue moving in a positive direction, and the data helps us focus future recruitment efforts where they'll have the greatest impact. Our final enrollment program tells us another important story. For Nevada Ready Pre-K, enrollment looked very different this year. Early enrollment ranged between 27% and 47%. However, in March, funded enrollment was adjusted from 70 slots to 35 slots. Following that adjustment, enrollment increased significantly, reaching 94% during Q3. While that appears to be a dramatic improvement, it's important to understand the story behind the data. The increase reflects both successful recruitment efforts and the reduction in funded enrollment. Understanding the context behind the numbers helps us make informed decisions for future planning.
Now that we've looked at enrollment, let's shift our focus to attendance. Enrollment gives children access to our programs, but attendance is what gives them the opportunity to learn, build relationships, and prepare for school. Head Start Performance Standard 1302.16 requires programs to promote regular attendance, monitor absences, and ensure children's safety whenever they are unexpectedly absent. Overall, Q3 average daily attendance remains steady at 79%, with child care partners continuing to have the highest attendance rates among our program options. Every day a child attends is another opportunity for learning and growth. To improve attendance, we also need to understand why children miss school. Looking beyond the attendance percentages, we examine the reasons children were absent. During Q3, the most common reasons continued to be family time, child illness, and other or unexplained absences. Transportation challenges, health exclusions, child care transitions, medical appointments, and family emergencies also contributed to missed days. For the entire program year, we had 10,100 recorded absences. Understanding these patterns help us identify barriers families may be facing and determine where additional support is needed. Attendance affects much more than classroom learning. It also impacts meal planning, CACFP reimbursement, staffing, and our accountability with the Office of Head Start. Every absence tells a story, and by understanding that story, we can better support children, families, and our programs. Let's also take a look at Nevada Ready Pre-K attendance. Like our Early Head Start center-based programs, attendance is measured using average daily attendance, or ADA. During quarter one, Nevada Ready Pre-K achieved an impressive 92% ADA with just 25 total absences. In quarter two, attendance decreased to 75% with 176 absences, giving us valuable information about the barriers families are experiencing. In quarter three, average daily attendance was 43% with 758 total absences. The most common reasons for absences were unexplained absences, 35%, followed by family time at 28%, transportation challenges, 11%, and child illness, 10%. Other reasons included family emergencies at 7%, childcare transitions, 6%, medical, dental, and therapy appointments, 2%, and health exclusions and other reasons at 1% each. The data reminds us that attendance is about more than numbers. It helps us identify barriers, strengthen communication with families, and develop strategies that support consistent participation. While attendance is measured daily in center-based programs, it's measured a little differently in our home visiting programs.
For our home visiting programs, attendance isn't measured by classroom attendance. Instead, we measure whether scheduled weekly home visits are completed, canceled, or missed. For early Head Start home visiting, Head Start requires one 90-minute home visit each week, and whenever possible, missed visits are rescheduled. During quarter one, 58% of scheduled visits were completed. In quarter two, that increased to 61%, showing steady progress while also highlighting opportunities to continue improving family engagement and visit completion. Every completed home visit strengthens relationships with families and supports children's learning in their natural environment. Let's see how another of our home visiting programs performed. The McV program follows a similar model. Completed home visits increased from 52% in quarter one to 56% in quarter two, demonstrating positive progress. Although there is still room for growth, the data helps us identify opportunities to improve scheduling, strengthen communication with families, and increase successful visit completion. For HIPPY, the goal is for at least 80% of families to complete all offered visits each month, including required and supplemental visits. In quarter one, families completed 52% of required visits. 4% were supplemental visits, and 25% were canceled or no-shows. In quarter two, we saw significant improvement with 74% of visits completed, 7% supplemental visits, and 19% canceled or no-shows. Of the canceled or missed visits, 14% were family cancellations and 5% were staff cancellations. This shows positive momentum and gives us a strong foundation to continue building engagement in quarter three.
Before we transition to our next section, let's do a quick knowledge check. If you're joining us virtually, feel free to type your answer into the chat. If you're here in person, call it out. What does ERSI stand for? If you said eligibility, recruitment, selection, enrollment, and attendance, you're absolutely right. These 5 components work together to ensure eligible children and families are connected to high-quality services and remain engaged throughout the program year. Thank you for your participation. That concludes the ERSI portion of today's quarter 3 data jam.
Thank you, Cora and Chardonnay. Now let's continue our journey through the data as we explore our education and child development, the heart of why we're all here. Now let's continue our journey through the data as we explore education and child development. I had to say that twice. At Sunrise Children's Foundation, everything we do is centered on helping children learn, grow, and build the skills they need for lifelong success. In this section, you'll see how we measure children's progress, use assessment data to individualize instruction, and strengthen teaching practices to support school readiness. We'll also explore how teaching strategies, goals, Smart Teach, classroom observations, curriculum implementation, and practice-based coaching work together to create high-quality learning experiences across our child development centers, child care partnerships, family child care homes, and home visiting programs. As we review the data, I'd like you to think about one question. How do we know our children are learning, growing, and making progress? The answer begins with high-quality assessments. When assessment data is accurate and reliable, it helps us celebrate children's growth, identify opportunities for additional support, and make informed decisions that strengthen outcomes for every child. Let's begin by looking at assessment practice that provide the foundation for all of our child outcomes data.
Thank you, Nicole. Let's begin with child assessments. Head Start Program Performance Standard 1302.33b requires programs to regularly assess children's development and use the information to individualize learning experiences. At Sunrise, assessments are much more than a compliance requirement. They help us understand where each child is today so we can plan what they need next. Teachers and home visitors combine assessment results, classroom observations, and family input to identify children's strengths, recognize opportunities for growth, and create meaningful learning experiences that support school readiness. To do this, we use Teaching Strategies Gold Smart Teach, an ongoing observation-based assessment system that allows educators to document children's development across all learning domains throughout the year. Of course, assessment data is only meaningful if it is accurate and reliable. That's why educators complete Smart Teach Iterator Reliability children's learning using the same standards. We're excited to share that certification rates continue to improve across nearly every program during the year. Early Head Start home visiting maintained 100% certification throughout all 3 quarters. SCF Child Development Centers increased from 52% in quarter 1 to 68% in quarter 2, finishing quarter 3 at 62%. Child care partnerships showed the greatest growth, increasing from 13% in quarter 1 to 65% by quarter 3. Family child care increased from 72% in quarter 1 to 91% in quarter 2 and maintained that level through quarter 3. Overall, certification increased from 48% in quarter 1 to 70% by the end of quarter 3, a 22% point improvement that reflects our team's commitment to strengthening assessment quality across all program options. One challenge we continue to monitor is staff turnover, as newly hired educators must complete the certification process before they can contribute to finalized assessment data. The stronger our assessment practices are, the more confident we can be that the data we're using accurately reflects children's development and helps us make informed instructional decisions.
Our McVie home visiting program maintained 100% inter-rater reliability certification throughout quarter 1, quarter 2, and quarter 3. This outstanding achievement reflects our home visitors' commitment to consistent, high-quality assessment practices and ensures families receive reliable information about their children's growth and development. Our HIPPY program also maintained strong certification throughout the year. Certification increased from 89% in quarter 1 to 92% in quarter 2, ending quarter 3 at 90%. These consistently high certification rates reflect our home visitors' commitment to professional growth and to delivering high-quality services for children and families. Across all our education programs, we've seen continued progress in strengthening the quality and reliability of our assessment practices. Now that we've confirmed our assessment data is accurate and reliable, let's see what that data tells us about children's learning, growth, and progress throughout the year.
We can now examine what the data tells us about children's growth and development. Child outcomes are measured through ongoing observations, documentation, and assessments entered into Teaching Strategies Goals Smart Teach. This information helps us monitor children's progress across all developmental domains and determine whether they are meeting age-appropriate expectations aligned with our school readiness goals. Before reviewing child outcomes, it's important to first understand the quality of the data behind the results. The first measure is enrollment. The average number of children served increased from 350 during the baseline period to 400 children by quarter 3, reflecting continued program growth. The second measure is documentation, or the number of children with assessment information entered into Smart Teach. Documentation increases significantly from 199 children during baseline to 360 children in quarter 2, with 332 children documented in quarter 3. The number of children with assessment documentation increased significantly from 199 during baseline to 360 in quarter 2, with 332 children documented in quarter 3. The final measure is completed assessments. Finalized assessments increased from 49% during baseline to 69% in quarter 1, ending quarter 3 at 64%. Although there is still room for improvement, these results demonstrate continued progress in strengthening documentation, improving assessment practices, and ensuring we have reliable data to guide individualized instruction. Better data helps us make better decisions for children.
To better understand the results, it's helpful to first explain the term widely held expectations. Widely held expectations are research-based developmental milestones that describe the knowledge and skills most children are expected to demonstrate at a specific age. Children who are meeting or exceeding expectations are developing at or above what's typical for their age. Children below expectations may benefit from additional individualized support and intentional teaching strategies. This information allows teachers to celebrate children's growth, identify areas needing additional support, and plan learning experiences that meet each child where they are. Let's begin with social-emotional development. From the baseline period to quarter 3, the percentage of children meeting or exceeding expectations increased from 78% to 89%, an 11% point improvement. In physical development, children meeting or exceeding expectations increased from 77% during baseline to 85% by quarter 3, demonstrating steady growth throughout the year. Language development remained one of our strongest areas. Although results fluctuated slightly during the year, nearly 8 out of every 10 children were meeting or exceeding expectations by quarter 3. Cognitive development showed outstanding progress, increasing from 79% during baseline to 90% by quarter 3.
Let's turn our attention to early Head Start home visiting. Unlike our center-based programs, home visiting does not complete a baseline assessment because the first several weeks are dedicated to building relationships with families, completing enrollment activities, and establishing trust. Once assessments begin, we see encouraging progress across nearly every developmental domain. Social emotional development increased from 70% in quarter 1 to 90% in quarter 3. Language development also improved, increasing from 57% to 66%. Physical development showed steady growth, increasing from 57% to 66%. The greatest improvement occurred in cognitive development, which increased from 66% in quarter 1 to 94% in quarter 3. These results demonstrate the positive impact of partnering with families to support children's learning within their home environment.
Building on our overall child outcomes, let's take a closer look at one important population we serve, our dual language learners. Reviewing this data separately helps us understand how multilingual children are progressing and ensuring we're providing culturally and linguistically responsive practices that support every child's success. Throughout the year, we continue to see growth in the number of dual language learners enrolled across our child care development centers, child care partnerships, and family child care programs. During the baseline period, we served 32 dual language learners. That number increased to 40 children in quarter 1 and 51 children in both quarter 2 and quarter 3, reflecting the growing number of families whose primary language spoken at home is not English. During quarter 2 and quarter 3, 21% of the enrolled children came from homes where Spanish was their primary language. This reinforces the importance of creating learning environments where every child and family feels welcome, respected, and supported while honoring their language and culture. Let's see how our dual language learners progressed in each developmental domain. During the baseline period, children demonstrated strong outcomes with 80% meeting or exceeding expectations in social emotional development, 75% in physical development, 80% in language development, and 84% in cognitive development. In quarter 1, social emotional development increased to 85%, while cognitive development increased to 87%. Although physical and language development showed slight declines, the data helps teachers identify opportunities to target instruction and individualized supports. Those focused efforts are reflected in quarter 2, where every developmental domain improved. Social emotional increased to 91%, physical development increased to 93%, language development to 79%, and cognitive development reached 94%, meeting or exceeding expectations. In quarter 3, we saw slight decreases across each developmental domain, with 87% meeting expectations of social emotional development, 79% in physical development, 76% in language development, and 89% in cognitive development. Although there was a slight decline from quarter 2, the majority of our dual language learners continue meeting or exceeding expectations across every developmental domain.
Our Early Head Start home visiting program also serves a growing number of dual language learners. During quarter 2 and quarter 3, approximately 15% of enrolled children came from homes where Spanish was the primary language spoken. This highlights the importance of parenting with families in ways that honor their language, culture, and experiences. Overall, dual language learners in home visiting demonstrates positive growth without the program year through quarter 3 showed slight decreases across several development areas. The majority of children continued meeting or exceeding expectations. This information helps us strengthen language-rich interactions, individualized learning experiences, and family partnerships that support children's development in both their home language and English.
The next section highlights children outcomes for several special populations, including children with individualized family service plans, IFSPs, children in foster cares, and children experiencing homelessness. Reviewing this data helps us understand how children with additional strengths, needs, or life circumstances are progressing developmentally and whether they are meeting or exceeding widely held expectations. Children receiving services through an Individualized Family Service Plan, or IFSP, often enter a program with identified developmental needs, making individualized instruction especially important. During the baseline period, 100% of children with IFSP were meeting or exceeding developmental expectations. In quarter 1, we saw increased needs in socio-emotional and language development, where 60% of assessed children were below expectations. However, Physical development remained at 60% meeting expectations, and cognitive development remained strong, with 80% meeting or exceeding expectations. In quarter two, social emotional development improved significantly, increasing from 40% to 80% meeting expectations. Physical and cognitive development remained stable, while language development continued to be an area requiring additional support. By quarter three, we continued to see improvement. Physical development increased to 67%, language development improved to 55%, social and emotional development reached 54%, and cognitive development remained consistently strong at 8% meeting or exceeding expectations. While children with IFSBs continue to require individualized support, the data demonstrates encouraging progress in several development areas and help us target services where they are needed most.
Next, let's look at outcomes for children in foster care. During the baseline period, 80% of children were meeting expectations in social, emotional, and physical development, while language development was 40% and cognitive development was 50%. By quarter one, remarkable progress was evident. 100% of children were meeting expectations in social, emotional, language, and cognitive development, while 90% were meeting expectations in physical development. Quarter two showed slight decreases across each developmental area, providing an opportunity to strengthen individualized supports and monitor progress. By quarter three, positive growth returned across every domain. Social, emotional, and language development increased to 91%, physical development increased to 82%, and cognitive development remained strong at 91%. Despite the unique challenges children in foster care may experience, the majority continued meeting developmental expectations by the end of the year. Our final special population includes children experiencing homelessness. Despite experiencing housing instability, these children demonstrated strong developmental outcomes throughout the year. In quarter one, every developmental area improved, with social, emotional, and cognitive development reaching 100% meeting expectations. By quarter two, social, emotional, physical, and cognitive development all reached 100%, while language development increased to 95%. Although quarter three showed slight decreases, outcomes remain exceptionally strong, with 90% meeting expectations in social, emotional, and physical development, 81% in language development, and 93% in cognitive development. These results demonstrate that with individualized supports and strong family partnerships, children experiencing homelessness continue to make meaningful developmental progress and achieve positive outcomes.
Our final child outcomes section highlights the HIPPY program. Like our Early Head Start and McVie home visiting programs, HIPPY does not complete a baseline assessment because the first several weeks are dedicated to building relationships with families and establishing the foundation for learning. Let's take a look at how children progress throughout the year. In quarter one, 67% of children were meeting or exceeding expectations in social emotional development, 86% in physical development, 72% in language development, and 65% in cognitive development. In quarter two, outcomes remained relatively stable, with 68% meeting expectations in social emotional development, 83% in physical development, 67% in language development, and 58% in cognitive development. In quarter three, the data showed 59% meeting expectations in social emotional development, 66% in physical development, 64% in language development, and 65% in cognitive development.
In quarter three, our ECE coaching team continued strengthening instructional quality through practice-based coaching. Modeling remained our most frequently used strategy, with 121 instances demonstrating best practices in real time. Coaches also used observations, reflection and feedback, and action planning to support a balanced coaching approach. Coaching continuity was a strength, with 56% of canceled visits followed up through live classroom support or rescheduling. Compared to quarter two, we saw significant growth in key coaching focus areas. Responsive and nurturing interactions increased from 55 to 135 instances, and general responsive support rose from 49 to 152. Instruction practices remained strong, moving slightly from 115 in quarter two to 110 in quarter three, while environment and routines increased from 16 to 31 instances. In quarter one, the pre-ELOF results established a baseline for staff knowledge and skills across infant, toddler, and preschool domains. By quarter three, results showed growth across key domains, reflecting the impact of coaching, feedback, and targeted professional development. This growth is strongest in the areas most connected to each program's focus, with early Head Start staff building infant, toddler knowledge and Nevada Ready Pre-K staff strengthening preschool knowledge. In quarter three, 89 team members completed the ELOF post-PDNA. Early Head Start staff averaged 80% in infant toddler knowledge and skills, with preschool scores in the low to mid 70% range, which aligns with their primary focus on children ages 0 to 3. Nevada Ready Pre-K staff showed the opposite trend, scoring 84% in preschool knowledge and skills and 78% in infant toddler domains, reflecting their focus on children's ages 3 to 5. Overall, these results show strong alignment between staff expertise and program goals and will help guide more targeted professional development in the coming school year.
Okay, let's take a look at our family and community engagement. This is an area that focuses on strategies that support family well-being while promoting children's learning and development. Head Start Program Performance Standards 1302.52 recognizes families as children's first, most important teachers. It requires programs to partner with families to identify their strengths, develop their families' driven goals, and provide ongoing support and promote family well-being and children's success. This year, our program objective was to implement the Family Development Matrix and goal-setting process across all grades to strengthen family partnerships, improve documentation, and better support family-driven goals. To accomplish this, we trained our family services team, implemented the new tools, updated Child Plus to support the process, and provided ongoing coaching, check-ins, and data reviews. Our expected outcomes include consistent, compliant documentation, stronger family goals, and progress tracking, increase staff confidence, and improve Head Start program performance standards and family engagement. The actual outcomes include the Family Development Matrix and goal-setting process has been successfully implemented program-wide with standardized documentation now in place through Child Plus. Looking ahead, our continuous quality improvement goal is that by fall 2026-2027, at least 90% of families will actively participate in the Family Development Matrix and goal-setting process. Okay, let's shift to our parenting curriculum. Head Start Program Performance Standards 1302.51b requires programs to provide research-based parenting support that strengthens parents-child relationship and promotes children's learning and development. This year, our focus has been implementing the Ready Rosie parenting curriculum to increase family engagement and provide parents with simple, everyday activities that they can use to support learning at home. To accomplish this, our family services team partnered with Ready Rosie team to integrate the curriculum into our home visits, parent meetings, and family partnership discussions. Staff also models Ready Rosie activities during family interactions and reviews participation data to guide follow-up and continuous improvement. As a result, Ready Rosie has been successfully launched across the program, creating a strong foundation for increased family engagement. Looking ahead, our continuous quality improvement goal is that by fall 26-27, at least 90% of families will actively participate in our Ready Rosie parenting curriculum.
This slide provides a brief overview of our home visiting program for this quarter. During quarter three, our home visiting program continued to provide comprehensive support to families. We served 33 expectant families, including 14 high-risk mothers with no exits prior to delivery, demonstrating strong family engagement. 9 mothers delivered during the quarter and 6 reported their newborn visits were completed. Our team provided a wide range of services, including prenatal education, breastfeeding support, postpartum depression screening, safe sleep education, nutrition counseling, and family resource navigation. Enrollment remained strong with Early Head Start fully enrolled at 78 of the 78 funded slots and no vacancies, and McBee currently serving 28 of the 35 funded slots. Staffing remains a key strength with 100% of positions filled and 100% of staff meeting required credentialing for PAT certification and TSG reliability standards. Of the 8 of the EHS parent educators, 7 have a degree or a CDA. The remaining team member has completed all requirements and is waiting for confirmation from the CDA Council. Overall, quarter three reflects strong staffing, high-quality service delivery, and a continued commitment to supporting healthy pregnancies, births, and positive family outcomes.
Now let's take a look at our HIPPY program, Home Instruction for Parents of Preschool Youngsters. Let's begin by looking at HIPPY enrollment. HIPPY is funded to serve 110 families across 5 program options. During quarter one, we served 96 families, increasing to 101 families in quarter two, and ending quarter three with 93 enrolled families. While enrollment fluctuated across individual program options throughout the year, the Las Vegas McVie and Las Vegas CDBG consistently maintained strong enrollment, with CDBG reaching full enrollment in both quarters 2 and 3. Enrollment is only one measure of success. Family engagement is equally important. During quarter 3, 19 families participated in Family Connections, and home visitors continued partnering with families by role-playing HIPPY packets, helping parents build confidence as their child's first teacher, and supporting learning at home. In addition to educational support, HIPPY connects families with resources that strengthen overall family well-being. Throughout the year, the need for support services continued to grow. Intervention services increased from 14 families in quarter 1 to 30 in quarter 3. Nutrition services remained the most requested support, increasing to 72 families by quarter 3. Health need services increased from 16 to 27 families, and employment services grew from 3 families in quarter 1 to 18 families in quarter 3. HIPPY continues to strengthen school readiness by empowering parents through home-based learning while connecting families with the community resources they need to support their health, stability, and long-term success.
As we continue our journey through the data, let's turn our attention to our health program area. Children learn best when they are healthy, safe, and ready to engage. Our health program ensures that every child has access to the comprehensive services they need to thrive. In this section, we'll explore how we're supporting children's overall well-being through health and wellness, oral health, mental health, nutrition, special needs, safety practices, and more. Together, these efforts help create safe, healthy learning environments and ensure children receive the support they need to grow, develop, and be ready to learn. Let's begin by taking a closer look at how we're promoting children's health, safety, and well-being across our programs.
Let's begin by looking at well baby and physical exams, which are an important part of ensuring children receive the preventative health care needed to support healthy growth and development. This data reflects the percentage of children with up-to-date physical exams across each program option. During quarter 3, home visiting maintained an average completion rate of 48%, remaining relatively consistent throughout the year. SCF Child Developmental Centers averaged 79% in quarter 3, continuing to maintain the highest completion rates among our center-based programs. Child care partners remained stable, averaging 63% during quarter 3. Family child care averaged 78% in quarter 3 after showing significant improvement earlier in the year. Overall, Early Head Start maintained a quarter 3 average of 68%, a slight improvement over 67% in quarter 2. While several program options continue to demonstrate strong compliance with well-child exams, this data allows highest opportunities to strengthen follow-up with families and healthcare providers to ensure every child receives timely preventative health services that support their overall health and readiness to learn. Let's also look at well baby checks and physical exams for our maternal, infant, and early childhood home visiting programs. This measures reflect the percentage of children with current, up-to-date well child visits and physical exams, helping ensure families stay continued to preventative health care. During quarter 1, the program averaged 47% completion. In quarter 2, performance improved to 55%, reflecting increased follow-up and family engagement. In quarter 3, the average remained strong at 56%, with monthly completion rates ranging from 52% to 62%. Let's also review well baby and physical exams for our Nevada Ready Pre-K program. This measure reflects the percentage of children with current, up-to-date physical exams, helping ensure children are healthy and ready to learn. During quarter 1, the program maintained an average completion rate of 71%. In quarter 2, completion rates declined to 62%, primarily due to the decrease in March. In quarter 3, the program averaged 56%, with monthly completion rates ranging from 53% to 62%.
Another key measure of children's health is immunization status. Keeping children up to date on recommended immunizations helps prevent the spread of vaccine-preventable diseases, supports healthy development, and creates safer learning environments for everyone. Home visiting demonstrated steady improvement throughout the year, increasing from a quarter 1 average of 51% to 54% in quarter 2 and 59% in quarter 3. SCF Child Development Centers consistently maintain the highest completion rates, averaging 84% in quarter 1, 88% in quarter 2, and 88% again in quarter 3. Child care partnerships also showed continued progress, improving from a 75% average in quarter 1 to 79% in quarter 2 and 84% in quarter 3. Family child care made significant gains during the year, increasing from a 65% average in quarter 1 to 80% in quarter 2, before maintaining a strong 76% average in quarter 3. Overall, Early Head Start improved from a 72% completion rate in quarter 1 to 78% in quarter 2, ending the year with a 79% in quarter 3 average. Let's also review immunization status for our maternal, infant, and early childhood home visiting program, MCV. This measure reflects the percentage of children with up-to-date immunizations, helping protect children from preventable illnesses and supporting their overall health and development. During quarter 1, MCV maintained an average immunization completion rate of 64%. Quarter 2 declined to an average of 55%, primarily due to a lower completion rates in February and March. In quarter 3, the program rebounded, averaging 56%, with monthly completion rates increasing from 48% in April to 61% in July. Let's also review immunization status for our Nevada Ready Pre-K program. During quarter 1, Nevada Ready Pre-K maintained an average immunization completion rate of 77%. In quarter 2, the average remained relatively the same, increasing to 78%. Quarter 3 averaged 85%, with monthly completion rates ranging from 88% in April to 86% in June, showing overall improvement by the end of the program year.
Nutrition continues to be a critical part of our work.
In alignment with Head Start program policy 1302.44, we ensure all children receive high-quality, nutritious meals that support healthy growth, development, and school readiness. All meals meet USDA and CACFP requirements and are carefully planned to accommodate children's individual dietary needs, food allergies, and medical requirements. Through our partnership with Food for Kids, we also extend these same high-quality nutrition standards to our family child care providers. During quarter one, our program served 26,022 nutritious meals and snacks. In quarter two, meal service increased to 31,929 meals, reflecting continued enrollment growth and consistent participation. Quarter three continued with the momentum with 31,375 meals served, including 9,717 breakfast, 11,745 lunches, and 9,911 afternoon snacks. By the end of quarter three, Sunrise Children's Foundation has served a total of 89,335 nutritious meals and snacks during the program year. Expanding our nutritional reach, we also meticulously tracked meals for our Nevada Ready program participants. Because enrollment officially began in October, meal totals during the first quarter were naturally lower than those in our established early Head Start programs. During quarter one, Nevada Ready served 435 nutritious meals and snacks. As enrollment increased, quarter two service more than tripled to 1,328 meals, reflecting increased participation throughout the program. In quarter three, the program served 1,352 meals, including 504 breakfast, 544 lunches, and 300 afternoon snacks, demonstrating continued stability in meal service through the end of the school year. By the close of quarter three, Nevada Ready had provided 3,115 nutritious meals and snacks to participating children.
As we continue our review of children's health and well-being, let's look at our disabilities services and how we ensure every child has access to an inclusive, supportive learning environment. Head Start Program Performance Standard 1302.14b requires programs to ensure that at least 10% of total enrollment consists of children eligible for services under the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, IDEA. I'm pleased to share that Early Head Start exceeded the federal requirement throughout the entire program year. During quarter one, children with disabilities represented an average of 13% of enrollment. Quarter two maintained a strong average of 12%, continuing to exceed the federal benchmark. In quarter three, Early Head Start averaged 11%, once again surpassing the required 10% enrollment target. Across our program options, SCF Child Development Centers consistently maintain the highest percentages, averaging 15% during quarter three, while Family Child Care averaged 12%, home visiting 9%, and child care partners 9%. In addition to children with active IFSPs and IEPs, our teams also partnered with families to connect children with evaluations, therapies, and other individualized supports through community referrals and targeted interventions. We also track disabilities enrollment within our MIC-V program to ensure children with identified developmental needs receive timely referrals, individualized services, and ongoing support. During quarter one, children eligible for IDEA services averaged 11% of enrollment, with the program reaching a high of 13% in both October and November. Quarter two averaged 5%, reflecting a decline during February and March as several children transitioned out of the program due to age or other program transitions. In quarter three, disability enrollment increased slightly, reaching 7% in April before ending the program year at 5% in July. Despite fluctuations in enrollment throughout the year, the program remained focused on connecting children with developmental needs to the resources, services, and supports necessary to promote their growth and development. To ensure ongoing and extended care, we develop comprehensive special care plans tailored to unique medical, developmental, and dietary needs of our children. Our health and disability team proactively completed 14 disability-related care plans in addition to 24 health and nutrition care plans in Q1. These foundational blueprints allow staff to deliver individualized support, ensuring children could safely and fully participate in all daily routines. In Q2, we successfully completed 16 additional specialized care plans to meet emerging health demands across our sites, providing precise protocols for diverse needs. For Q3, approximately 5 special care plans were complete, including 3 for disabilities, 1 for asthma management, and 1 for both asthma and EpiPen emergency use. Documenting and executing these targeted plans allows us to respond proactively, coordinate seamlessly with families, and maintain a safe, nurturing environment where every child's unique needs are met.
Our quarterly monitoring ensures safe, compliant environments and daily practices across all centers and partner sites. We evaluated 5 key compliance categories: facilities, equipment and materials, policy and procedures, active supervision, and training. Sunrise Children's Foundation Child Development Centers achieve 100% compliance in active supervision and training, 96% or higher compliance in facilities and policies and procedure, a slight dip in both from second quarter, and 94% compliance in equipment and materials, a minor 4% rise from Q2. Childcare partners accomplished 100% compliance in 4 of the 5 categories. Notably, facilities showed an increase from Q2 at dipping from 100% to 93%. To provide a more targeted assessment of compliance categories and indicators within family child care programs, a separate monitoring tool was developed during the third quarter. Although no category reached full compliance, results showed high levels of compliance across several areas, with policies and procedures and active supervision exceeding 96% and facilities, equipment, and materials surpassing 90%. Training demonstrated 82% compliance, highlighting opportunities for additional professional development and support. These quarterly benchmarks drive key components to our continuous improvement, ensuring every child in our care thrives in a safe, nurturing, and high-quality environment.
To conclude our review of health services data, the mental health and well-being of every child remains a top priority. The Request for Internal Observation, RIO, process provides targeted support for children demonstrating developmental concerns or delays. During the program year, 13 RIOs were submitted, including 9 related to communication and language development and 4 focused on social-emotional support. In addition, 18 children were referred to community partners for further evaluation and services. Of these, 8 were referred to Nevada Early Intervention Services for Part C support, and 10 were referred to Clark County School District Child Find as part of their transition process. Through timely identification, internal supports, and community partnerships, the program remains committed to ensuring children receive the services and resources needed to support their healthy development and school readiness. Overall, these efforts reflect our ongoing commitment to early identification, intervention, and access to supportive services that promote positive outcomes for children and families.
Thank you, Angela. As we wrap up today's 25-26 Q3 Data Jam, I'd like to thank each of you for your time, participation, and unwavering commitment to the children and families we serve. Today's data tells us an important story. It highlights the incredible work happening across our programs, celebrates the progress we've made together, and helps us identify opportunities to continue improving. Most importantly, it reminds us that behind every number is a child, a family, and a dedicated team member making a difference every day. To our board members, policy council members, community partners, and those joining us virtually, thank you for your continued partnership and support. Your collaboration plays a vital role in helping us fulfill our mission and create meaningful outcomes for children and families. For those joining us in person, we're going to take a 5-minute room organization before our next activity, our data scavenger hunt. This will be exciting. This interactive activity is a fun opportunity to revisit today's data, reinforce key takeaways, and celebrate everything we've accomplished together this program year. Thank you again for your dedication, your passion, and your partnership. We appreciate all that you do, and we look forward to continuing this journey with you. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you at our next Data Jam.